All right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Boogie Down Bronx, Queens, all that Staten Island. And for this video, my home borough, Brooklyn. Back on another video, and as we all know, a couple hours ago, news broke that Steve Nash and the Brooklyn Nets mutually agreed to part ways, and he'd no longer be the head coach. See the title, Steve Nash out as Brooklyn Nets coach after chaotic tenure. Look, going into the season, I knew Nash wasn't going to last the entire season. I just thought he'd be fired somewhere in January, not damn 7 games into the season. Well, technically that's before All-Star break, so hey, I guess that kind of counts. But, and there's rumors going out there that within the next 24 to 48 hours, the Brooklyn Nets are going to hire Ime Udoka. Udoka was on the Brooklyn Nets staff, I believe, in 2021. Of course, last year he took the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals, which I didn't see coming. I'm not saying nobody saw it coming, but I didn't see that coming. But I was very impressed with Udoka as a coach. He had them motherfuckers playing top-notch, very high-level defense. So you got to give Udoka credit. And hopefully coming back to Brooklyn, maybe KD and Kyrie have far more respect for Udoka than they do Nash as a head coach. We'll see. But I agree. Nash, he wasn't the best head coach. He was not. He didn't do a good job. I think Nash and most guys, I get Nash as a Hall of Famer and a 2-time MVP and one of the greatest point guards to ever live. But Nash, I think most players need to sit on the bench for a while. When I say sit on the bench, players want to be coaches. For retired players who want to be coaches, they should sit on the bench, be assistant coaches for a while, and then see what they can do as a head coach. You understand what I mean? Okay, but let's get into this. Steve Nash is out as head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. The team announced Tuesday. Decision to part was mutual between the Nets and Nash, sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. We want to thank Steve for everything he brought to our franchise over the past 2+ seasons. General Manager Sean Marks said in a statement Tuesday. This motherfucker Sean Marks, he got to go too. But hey, it is what it is. Since becoming head coach, Steve was faced with a number of unprecedented challenges, and we are sincerely grateful for his leadership, patience, and humility throughout his tenure. Personally, this was an immensely difficult decision. However, after much deliberation and evaluation of how the season has begun, we agreed that a change is necessary at this time. In a separate statement, Nash thanked Marks and team ownership for an amazing experience with many challenges that I'm incredibly grateful for. Suspended Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka has emerged as the likely next Nets head coach, and his hiring could be finalized soon in the next 24 to 48 hours. Sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski the Celtics will let Udoka leave for another job, sources said. Absolutely. Udoka was fired by the Boston Celtics, or not fired, but he was suspended. Pardon me. He was suspended by the Boston Celtics. He wasn't fired. He wasn't suspended by the NBA, but he was suspended by the Boston Celtics, so he could go somewhere else and get right to work. The hope is that Udoka can tighten the Nets defensively and command the respect of franchise's key players. Udoka spent a season on Nash's staff before accepting the Celtics job, and winning the Eastern Conference. Udoka's time in Boston was essentially over after being given a 1-year suspension for having an improper workplace relationship with a female subordinate. Assistant coach Jacques Vaughn will be acting head coach for Tuesday night's home game against the Chicago Bulls. The move comes after a disappointing 2-5 start for Brooklyn. Yeah, and I was watching NBA today, and of course that man-hating mulatto Malika Andrews brought up Udoka's, past with the Boston Celtics, and she was trying to imply that the Brooklyn Nets should ask the women in the organization what they think. Like, who gives a fuck what those bitches in the Nets organization think about Udoka? Molly Karam and Kimberly A. Martin did the same thing with Deshaun Watson. The Cleveland Browns, they should ask the women who work in their organization what they thought. Who gives a fuck what they think? If they don't like it, they can exit. They can quit. Who gives a fuck what these broads think, man? Like, that's what these women need to understand, that they're not. These women really think they're that important. You're really not. And someone needs to go on these TV shows. I wish someone on ESPN had a backbone and willing to look these broads in the face and say, "Bitch, no one cares what you think." Like Styles P said on Reservoir Dogs, "I don't give a fuck who you are, so fuck who you are." As you see, Nets moving towards hiring Ime Udoka as head coach. Nets planning to hire suspended coach Ime Udoka to replace Steve Nash. Udoka's more than likely going to end up getting that job. And it's going to be very interesting. Will the Nets players will Kyrie and KD have respect for him? Ben Simmons, will they have respect for him, considering, what came out about him? The Nets are going to be an interesting team to watch, man. Very interesting to watch, But, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think the Brooklyn Nets will come out of the East? Do you think they'll be a first-round exit again? Do you think they'll losing the second round, conference finals. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to see you all.